Hey, welcome to the Reddit time. What has this pandemic ruined for you? Long story short, let's start. I was supposed to fly to Berlin to celebrate my 20th birthday. Cancelled. So I decided to invite a few friends over to celebrate at home. Cancelled as well. Ended up celebrating by myself with pizza and Rainbow Six Siege. Do you just imagine how hard the entire world is going to rage when this shit is over with? I was meant to be getting married in 5 weeks. Also, I work in aviation. My whole future has been turned upside down over the last few days. I'm in Australia, by the way. So since the right side up now? I was watching the local news and they interviewed a police officer and asked what has changed in the past few days. He said that with everyone stuck at home, domestic abuse has gone way up. Shit, man, imagine being in an abusive relationship and now you're locked in with that person 24/7 and you can't leave the house. That makes me very sad and I wish there was some way to help. Seeing as I have the virus 25 male and have spent the last 2 days sweating with a fever bouncing all over the place and the throat that is in massive pain, I would say it ruined the past few days of mine. On the bright side, you'll soon have those sweet antibodies. My ignorant, unintelligent side sort of wishes I could just go ahead and get it so I can stop worrying about getting it. I'd feel like a superhero walking back in public spaces after it passed. Edit. For those taking me seriously, I have no plans to leak any toilet seats in the near future. No need to worry. I think that's normal. A lot of what's terrifying about this is the fear of the unknown. If you've had it and gotten over it, well, the unknown is slightly smaller now. A friendship. My best friend is still having a wedding tomorrow. We live in the US in a place where it's gotten pretty bad. Literally everything has cancelled or asked her to reschedule, but she said no. Instead, she got an Airbnb and is doing it all herself despite the rules and guidelines. I'm the maid of honor. I had to tell her yesterday that I couldn't go because I didn't think it was safe. She didn't respond well, like at all. I have a lung condition and my partner has asthma. It made no sense for us to go to a gathering like a wedding right now. She told me that I was choosing fear of a little virus over her special day. I've tried calling her several times and she won't answer my calls. She said she is disgusted by me. Everything about this fucking sucks so much and based on her reactions I don't think she will ever see it from my side. Edit. Thanks for all the support, guys. Feels nice when I'm questioning my decision as I watch the Snap stories and Instagram stories of the 3 bridesmaids who didn't back out. I bet in the next month or so she will understand your decision. A lot of people aren't taking this seriously at all. My dad has emphysema and has started showing signs of having contracted the virus, so I have to sit here and watch him get sicker and sicker every day. He can't get tested until symptoms get worse. I'm preparing myself mentally for this virus to kill him. He has always had health problems and we are careful to make sure he doesn't even contract the common cold. This has been a nightmare. It has ruined my state of mind, my everyday life, my everything. Edit. Thank you to everyone who took the time to leave a nice message. It's a scary time for everyone. We contacted my dad's primary physician as soon as he started having any symptoms whatsoever. There isn't really a lot they can do for treatment even if he got tested, and until serious measures need to be taken we are told to stay home. I understand this and I'm in no way, shape or form angry with hospital workers or doctors. We are taking it day by day. Thanks again for the kindness. My motivation to study. Did you have it before? It was slowly growing, then shot back down after school told us to stay home. Man, me too. I was getting A's on tests after midterms before quarantine. Now just play games all day and I have a paper due next week. My mom turned 60 in April and has never been to Europe, and for the first time I'm in a really good place economically that I got the 2 of us tickets to fly into London and have a 2-week gallivant around the continent. She never thought she'd be able to go and she's been so excited planning since I gave her the tickets on Christmas. Calling her to tell we needed to cancel for now was really tough. My business has to declare bankruptcy. I have to fire 5 people with no financial support to offer them and I myself will be homeless. So pretty much ruined my life. Was supposed to go on my first date in about 2 years yesterday, but she has to be quarantined for 2 weeks. Can you do a virtual date? Like you guys Skype and talk like you would on a date? I feel like that'd be terrible. At least with a normal date there is a good finite ending. A Skype date doesn't really have one. Just make sure you have a deadline somehow. Yeah, just tell her you have to be somewhere. Oh wait. Well, better go. I've got to be up early to do absolutely fuck all tomorrow. Bye. Senior year. For my little sister is the same. Classes are exclusively online and of course graduation party is cancelled. She feels like her high school life just ended without any warning or time to say goodbye and she is really sad. I'm sorry you are going through the same experience, dude. It sucks balls. My school just cancelled everything without online classes. I have no idea if I'm gonna graduate on time. I had my first trip to Italy booked and it was going to be the trip of a lifetime and now it's cancelled. Venice? Yeah, and traveling all around, meeting my great-grandmother for the first time. It was my first time leaving my country and the trip was a limited offer. Just my career and social life, no big deal. Same. I think that the worst part is that people are losing income and their jobs over this entire scene. We all need some form of relief. Last Thursday, I sat in bed and scrolled Twitter watching as all my income for the next several months disappeared in the span of 24 hours. I work in the entertainment industry and every single gig I had lined up got cancelled. It sucks. I manage a grocery store. This pandemic has ruined my faith in humanity and broken my heart at the same time. I have seen a side of people that I never want to see again. Ugly, vicious, self-centered, fend for yourself attitude. I desperately just want every customer to be well stocked and ready. I want myself and my employees to be safe and not verbally and/or physically abused. I want myself and my employees to feel well rested again, and I don't want to see fear or sadness in people's eyes when they need something and either don't have the money for it, it's out of stock, or they are just scared for their future. Respect for my boss. He's been peddling conspiracy theories and says that this is no big deal and people are overreacting. Nobody can work from home, even though most only need a computer with internet to do our jobs, and is refusing to implement any preventive measures. The kicker: he is the health and safety manager. At this point, is it still his decision? When the government is the one implementing the rule, doesn't matter what he believes, you have to stay home, period. The area manager at my company is one of these assheads too, making people physically come into an office that is literally in the same commercial complex as a novel test site for Covid-19. He didn't respond to common sense, reasoning or any appeal to humanity, so I spoke his language in terms that he could understand. If I come to this office, get infected and take this virus home to my family, I will not only file a lawsuit against the company itself, but I will name you personally liable as a decision maker who was responsible for implementing this policy. The next day we were told to work from home indefinitely. I'm a restaurant bartender in Florida. This was going to be a really busy spring break for us after a slow winter that got me behind on bills. They haven't told us to go to takeout only yet, but I feel like it's coming soon. Our neighbors get the bulk of their cash flow during spring break and it ties them over for the rest of the year. Spring break was just shut down, so they are scrambling. This pandemic is really showing just how close to being out on the street most Americans really are. Miss a small amount of work or an event like spring break that you depend on and it's disastrous. Small businesses. These guys are going to be decimated. Yeah, I own a medium-sized business, 150 employees. I'm a natural saver and have been saving for recession since 2016, so I'm in a better spot than most, but with the current devastation, I still think we can only hang on about 6 to 8 months. No layoffs yet, just small cut on hours, but the longer it goes, there is only so much I can do. Wow, 150 employees and you plan to survive for 6 to 8 months? Congrats, my dude, good job. Online dating, meet after Corona? Corona and chill? Corona and chills and fever? Hey babe, I want to quarantine with ya. Edit. I love how this has become a series of coronavirus pickup lines. Made Olympic trials for the first time. Was super excited to go and compete. Now every single gym and pool on the planet is closed, and even if they weren't, the meet itself is postponed and likely to be cancelled. It's not the end of the world, but damn, it was really something for me to look forward to. I'm sorry, that really sucks. My parents are sick and I can't go visit them. Mood friend. My father got a terminal diagnosis of 6 months, 2 years, about 3 weeks before it got really bad here. He lives in another country and I don't know when I'm gonna be able to visit him. I'm doing extra quarantine procedures to protect myself, but man, I do know. We WhatsApp and FaceTime all the time, but it's not the same and I haven't seen him in almost a year. On top of everything, the NCAA tournament got cancelled, which is a big bonding scene for the two of us. I'm worried he won't get another one, sucks. Having loved ones in nursing homes that are close to visitors. The rule is completely reasonable and necessary. Still, we miss each other. They feel isolated and lonely as they are not physically able to talk on the phone, hard of hearing too, and have no one to spend time with them. This breaks my heart. My mom is in the hospital and I'm scared they will tell us that there is no more visiting until further notice. Also, she is on a vent, so I don't want it to get to a situation where they are going to choose who gets a vent and who doesn't, because I know the hospital she is at is already short on them without a pandemic. My dad's funeral. I'm so sorry. My dad is currently dying of cancer at the hospital alone. No visitors allowed. My mom was kicked out of his room a week ago. It's agonizing that he is alone. These are crazy times. Thank you for watching this video. I appreciate you sharing your valuable time with me today. I hope this pandemic didn't cause anything really bad for you, and I hope that you and your family are all safe. Stay home, stay safe, and we'll save the world.